Troll call, motherfuckers! I'm Bulimianne Rhapsody, and this is Troll Watch. Racist! Just kidding. Anti-maskers. Okay, they're probably racist too. They are just as ignorant when it comes to posting bullshit online with memes about facts, about masks that are uncited, and pulling off some shenanigans online. Let's take a look, shall we? First name on the Trollodex is Amberlynn Giles, aka Electra, of San Diego, California, who was refused service at a Starbucks for not wearing a mask. Now, usually when someone posts a situation online, it's the anti-masker getting shamed, but Amber misunderstood the assignment and did it the other way around. Let's have a look at this picture, shall we?
Meet Lennon from Starbucks, who refused to serve me cause I'm not wearing a mask. Next time I will wait for cops and bring a medical exemption.
I don't think Amber was expecting quite the response she got. Before deleting her post, she got over 132,000 comments and 50,000 shares, not in her favor. She had this to say in response.
I am not scarred or bothered by your ignorant fraud asses. Not so sorry, you losers got nothing better to do. Thanks for the ratings, scissor. You all act like the terrorist organization you are.
Thanks for the ratings, sis. Comments and shares are not ratings. Now, if you're talking about the 136 Yelp reviews you got on your photography company averaging out to 1 star, then yeah, you do have some ratings. Let's take a look at some of those reviews.
If you're looking for a videographer for your next KKK rally, Amber is your girl. Beautiful shots of burning crosses and marching men in white hoods. Maybe pictures of your baby's first vaccines. Just kidding. She's an anti-vaxxer. But if you need a good video the next time you want to Karen, a young employee, about wearing a mask and posting them all over the internet, let Karen, Amber know. She does these for free. Otherwise, stay far away. I worked with her on June 13, 2020. I was astonished because she really can't spell. Many typos within our contract, enough to make it moot in a court of law. The photos were okay, but she started doing unnecessary yoga poses in the middle of our session. Karen AF. Pics on little kids. Her photos are garbage. Won't wear a mask, not even for a latte.
Let's take a look at some of this photography, shall we? Example number 1. It appears Amber likes to take people of color and infect them with her whiteness. Girl, this is blown out. Blown out like your hole. And this picture here, which appears to be a sea monster with a bad case of indigestion. Oh, she's pregnant? Oh. But hey, she's only $50 an hour, and some of her fans made these photos for free. And I bet Electra didn't expect her barista to get over $100,000 via a GoFundMe campaign. Of course, now she plans on suing for half of it for defamation of character. I guess this calls for a Karenoscopy. One moment while I dust these off. Oh, much better. Let's start off by looking at her Facebook profile picture. Oh, what'd I say last time? Selfie in a vehicle, badly filtered, dealing with a major cantina right here. But look, there's video effects. Ooh. She's an artistic cantina. Oh, and look, at one point she was wearing a mask. What else can we find here? Looks like she has transphobic posts, anti-vaxxer posts, 5G conspiracy posts. She shops at Walmart. Oh, and a racist post! Now, do you think there's a correlation between anti-maskers and racists? Let's take a look at a few more examples of people in my own city of Austin, Texas. One of the hottest destinations for coronavirus right now. Take a look at Brittany Ann at Party City.
It's per Mayor Adler's order that he sent out that it is a valid excuse not to wear a mask.
We have other options. We allow you to shop online.
Well, I don't shop online. I prefer here because it's her birthday and I want her to get what she wants and she can't find everything online. Okay, can I take a picture of that balloon so I make sure I get the right one?
You do whatever you want, right?
Ma'am, I've done my research on what the law is, and I have a condition that I can't wear a mask.
That's why you shop
You can
online.
blame God for that
That's why
one.
you
Oh, and she is a racist too. Well, hold up one second. Look at this photo. Oh, she's getting married. But what is that on her finger? Sis, you got a bunch of fishing twine wrapped around your finger. But taking a closer look at the manicure, it fits. Caleb here, who was removed from Coconut Club for not wearing a mask and also assaulting a staff member. Yep, racist too. Chiropractor Matthew Buckley made a big stink at Zilker Park boats for not wearing a mask. Surprise! He's a racist too. He also thinks we'll be forced to wear hijabs, is an anti-vaxxer, thinks Governor Greg Abbott is a communist. Now we see why you're a chiropractor and not a physician. And Brandon Cash, whose bar Unbelievable was closed for not complying with COVID regulations, flaming racist. So with all my data, it looks like if you are an anti-masker, you're most likely a racist as well. And now I want to talk about a closer to home experience with my stepdaughter Sylvia Hatchet, aka Keelan. Keelan, thank you for joining us today.
Okay, no problem.
Now, you work in a sex shop, and on the very first day of masks being mandated, your very first customer came in not only not wearing a mask, but also carrying a gun. Tell me more about that.
This dude in a full-on, like, army surplus store outfit comes in with, like, his name and everything, like, embroidered and, like, on the little patch. At 9:45 with a gun on his hip. He walks in without a mask on, and I'm like, oh, you know, I'll just grab him one because we give them out to everyone. So I hand him a mask, and he says, oh, don't you know that it's illegal for you to wear a mask if you're armed? He also flashed it to me. So I register what he says, and then I'm like, well, if you don't plan on using it, it shouldn't be an issue. And he says to me, oh, yeah, I would never do that unless one of us was in danger. And I was like, well, like, do you not understand the current climate? Like, a white man with a gun is a little bit dangerous around any POC alone. But he took the mask and then went about his business for a little bit.
And as far as I know, carrying a gun does not exempt you from wearing a mask.
No, it doesn't. And, like, I posted that on Facebook. So since we don't have cameras, I texted my boss while the dude was in the dressing room.
That was very smart of you to make that Facebook post while it was happening.
I just expected something to happen, or at least the possibility of something to happen. And all I had was a phone on me. So I was like, okay, I'm at least going to make a Facebook post. And then whenever he came out of the dressing room, I just, like, had it to record. And I was like, well, at least I'm going to have, like, something on my phone possibly, so at least they'll have some footage.
And the fact that he was carrying his gun in his pocket rather than his holster tells me that he wasn't licensed to carry his gun in the first place.
Right? Like, but you can't really ask those questions because, like, I wasn't trying to piss this dude off. Like, I was just like, okay, you have a gun, whatever, don't use it.
You said he was in a camouflage army outfit. Do you think it was official?
Definitely not. He had no hat on. His boots were dirty. His pants were untucked from his boots, which is like a no.
And so you said he bought a camouflage jockstrap that coordinated with his outfit, right?
Yeah, it was a green Cell Block 13 jockstrap. It's from this last season. We got him in like a month ago or so.
And considering what this guy wore and what he was buying, do you think he was on his way to some sort of sexual encounter?
So he probably was off to, like, fuck some other alt-right dude. He was probably off to at least, like, go jerk off. I honestly, like, I feel like after people come into my shop, that's usually what they do. Like, you know, it's like, oh, you just got your lube, you just got your aromas, you just got a cute jock strap. You usually are, like, in the mood to go, like, get a nut off.
Well, I hope whoever he's meeting has a safe word, like, check your privilege, Wouldn't that be a boner killer?
Right? Oh my God. Money's on the dresser.
And so after this incident and considering the social climate today, you've decided to get a gun. Can you tell me more about it?
Before a couple weeks ago, before this instance, I never would have thought of owning a gun because I have had like doubts and like bouts of suicidal thoughts. And I never would have wanted to have a gun in my possession because I wouldn't want to have that like responsibility on my hands. But I love my life so much now that it would piss me off if some fucking Karen or some Chad decided to get a little trigger happy and take like my life from me.
And you are now part of a gun club, correct?
There's an actual trans queer gun club in Austin called Austin Trigger Warning. So if any trans people in Austin want to learn how to like work with guns or like just, you don't even have to own a gun. You don't have to own a gun to be able to use one. But like learn how to shoot one, and honest to God, it's fun. Like I think we should all just get into drag and go to the range one day and just like shoot a video. That would be amazing.
Oh, I would love to.
And have you ever shot a gun?
You know, I used to shoot cans and windows.
Like what kind of gun did you have?
It was a 22.
A little 22, yeah, but it's a legitimate gun, you know, like that can do some damage.
And once you're licensed, do you plan on carrying your gun at work?
Yes. Concealed carry, so I'll have it on my person at work. You get a holster for it, and you have to wear clothing where it's concealed.
Do you have any additional comments?
The crazy thing is, I sew masks. Like, I sew them. It's like I've been sewing them since the CDC, since the day the CDC said that they were suggesting the use of them. Because my mother is a nurse when I called her that night. The people at the higher ups at my mother's job who were not nurses, they told all of the nurses in the whole like facility to gather up all of their PPE and to give it to the management so that they could divvy it out. This created a sense of panic. Mm-hmm. That's what really inspired me to like make masks for people. It's because at one point, like medical professionals didn't have them. Like, and this is my mom. This is, you know, and like, she's not a ER nurse or anything, but she also is like, she currently is working around COVID positive patients that are wards of the state. So, you know, that's the main reason why I started doing it was because I knew people personally.
How many masks would you say you've made so far?
Well, within the last couple of days, I have had help actually with one of my good friends. We just made 50 within the last 2 days, at least 170 by myself.
So can people still contact you for a mask?
Yeah, definitely. They just need to know like my like stock of fabric is constantly rotating. So like you'll have to contact me and I'll let you know what I have in stock fabric wise. But yeah, I'll always be making them. Like honestly, I've donated a lot too. I've donated over 50 to people. Like I work downtown. Whenever I drive into work and I see a homeless person without a mask, I'll pass them one because I have them in my car. You know, it's just a way to make money, but also like help people whenever I can. But if you want to like learn about guns and you're in Austin, like contact me and I'll let you know about Austin Trigger Warning and we can get you set up with that. And like, if you need a mask, let me know also, like, because I'll be making them.
Personally, I don't wish to ever own a gun, but in these days, if I have to, I will. And so I feel for you, and I hope you are being as safe as possible, Sylvia.
Thank you, Bulimianne. I'll see you later.
Thank you, Keelan, for joining us. That's all the time I have for Racist Anti-Maskers today. Until next time, I'm Bulimianne Rhapsody, and this is Troll Watch.